A 3-count lateral hop and stick is 3 skate hops and then a stick. So if I'm here, I go 1, 2, stick. 1, 2, stick. 1, 2, 3. And I'm trying to stick that third one perfectly. So, I mean, there will be times when you don't stick it and you'll have to do a hop or whatever. But the idea is to give good power side to side, so getting good lateral distance. But then when you land, you stick that landing, staying in your low power position, and then go again. 1, 2, 3. Do the hip flexor plus the quadricep. Make sure your knee's nice and cushioned. And then you're going to bring your heel toward your bum as you drive your hips forward. So it's kind of a pumping action. But I'm keeping my back in neutral. I'm not letting it go into hyperextension. I feel a really nice stretch in the front of my thigh, pretty strong stretch actually, as I bring my heel toward my rear end. When you do low cycle striders, the operative word is low. So you're staying low the whole time. You're not popping up and down. You're staying low and getting good strides. So let me just show you without my microphone bouncing off the back. So using your arms, using your legs, your body will have a little forward lean, just like it does when you're skating on the ice. We're staying in this sagittal plane, partly to keep it a little more straightforward, but also to get a nice quick firing of your hip flexors as you go on one side, hip flexor, hip extensor on the other side. So you're going to go on hard as you can, as fast as you can for the required amount of time, and then take a rest that's in the manual, and then repeat that for the specified number of repetitions. I'm just using a little yoga strap here to do my 3-way hamstring stretch. So to start with, I'm just going to make sure I keep this leg straight and the toes pointed straight up to the ceiling. And then I'm going to come up until I feel a nice stretch in the back of my thigh without letting this knee bend or come up off the floor. And I'll hold that for whatever the required amount of time is in the program. The next step, I'm going to bring this toe so that it's just opposite this shoulder. So I just bring it across my body a little bit, but don't get carried away. It's not better to come way over here, because then I'm lifting and I'm just tilting my hips. I want to keep my hips down and get a little bit more stretch to the outer part of my hamstrings and even my iliotibial band. So again, I'll hold that for the required amount of time. Then I'm going to come out to the side this way, and I'll feel that a little bit more on the inside. Once again, this leg stays down, these toes stay pointing straight up at the ceiling, and my hips stay nice and flat. Anybody getting the idea that I like combining push-ups with other things just to make them harder than they already are? This is another one. So it's a push-up to a knee drive, and I like it because again, I have to hold that stabilized position while I'm doing sort of a mobility drill at my hips. And I'm going to show you 3 ways to do it. Start with just the straight line one, but then you can even go to like a 3-way knee drive. I'll show you. It sounds kinky, but it's not. I'll show you what I mean. So we're going to go here. We're going to do a nice push-up, come up, and then a knee drive. So notice again, I'm not rounding my back. Then once I'm great at that, I can come here. Now this is tricky because I only want the hip part. So I don't want your hips rotating around or your pelvis rotating. I just want you coming in with the knee at the hip joint. Then the other way you can do it is out to the knee or out to the elbow. But again, just to the hip joint. So not turning your body, just working in that range that you have right in here in the ball and socket joint of your. Get in your regular plank position with your forearms parallel to one another, so not like this or this here, and your hands kind of grabbing the ground and really anchoring yourself. So not here, strong through your shoulders, and then you're going to pull your elbows down, almost like you're trying to pull this way on the turf or the ground. And there really won't be a movement, it's just an isometric pull. Remember to keep breathing. The tendency is to want to hold your breath when you do that, but You have to teach yourself to breathe and use a strong torso.